Look at that shoal bass, baby.
Bruno and I, we're currently on our way down to Innovative Sportsman and gonna pick up my boat. I had some work done on the trailer, and Trey did some things for me that I just didn't have time to do myself. And you know, he's great at it. He's a professional and would do much better quality work than I would have done.
We're down here at Innovative Sportsman, and my dude hooked my trailer up. We're gonna look at that real quick. He put those on there, the pipes, and he's got them running the whole way back. Bruno's gonna be in the video, he's the star. But gonna have that wide angle right there, so when the boat gets loaded on, it's nice and easy. And you can see how it fits in there underneath the boat. And then all of this stuff, Trey's a mastermind at this stuff, on how to connect this stuff, and he did it the strongest way possible. Stay tuned for that. There might be something coming with that. But he also put, you want to operate that?
Yep.
The motor raise.
So we made an aluminum handle. It's more durable, it's easier on the hand for that heavy motor. Put a different clam cleat on. What I've noticed sometimes with the 1103, if you use the motor raise a lot, you get into shallow water and stuff, that clamp, that other cleat that comes with the motor, it will wear out eventually. And these are just a little bit more durable. But everything's smooth. It goes through a Yak Attack pulley, the stealth pulley, and then it latches in, but we've got it ran all the way back smooth. It's not in contact with the Hobie crate. We put these pad eyes on here to keep all the lines tight, and so they're not interfering with anything else. We put a new reverse lock on, and Jake already had the carabiner on it, so put it on the carabiner, and I made it the right length so when you pull it, he can actually just put it on there to lock it in reverse if he wants, and then if he sees something coming up, he can just bump it off of there, and then it's unlocked. So
I'm happy about it, man. I like it.
Working on Jake's boat. Jake comes with ideas, and it's my imagination, and he just says, this is what I want it to do, and then I'm allowed to do with it what I please. So I get to try out new stuff with Jake's boats, and that's something new with the trailer and the PVC runners on it. Excited how that turned out. So.
It's new for us. I mean, I think other people have done it before, but they haven't done it like that. I don't think that's been done. The people have drilled it in there and done the U-bolts and stuff. That's a different kind of connection though, right?
Yeah. So it's seamless there. The PVC, when you run the kayak up on there is nothing to interfere with the kayak as it runs up on there. It's completely smooth. No U-bolts going over the PVC. So.
What's this thing right here?
So we released actually over Thanksgiving. We're coming out with an Innovative Sportsman inflatable. It's called the Osprey 1436. Similar to a John boat, where a John boat will be a 1436 or something like that. This one's 14 foot long, 36 inches wide. It weighs 85 pounds. The way it sits right now, actually it's less than 85. I lied, because we've made this platform so it's very riggable, and we made it to work with the Torqeedo 1103 motor to get the most efficiency and speed out of it. So with the mounting bracket on it for the Torqeedo and all of the brackets that go along with that, and then some other accessories we had on it, was like right around 85 pounds. So it's, after taking all that off, we're probably sub 80 a little bit. It's probably 75 to 80 pounds. You can drag it. So we did some different things on this. We've been doing this, working on the prototypes for this for about a year and a half, just about.
And this is still a prototype, right?
Yep, this is the 5th prototype. It has an extra layer of fabric right here, of this thick PVC fabric, so that you can actually drag it. Whereas other inflatables, you got to worry about punctures and stuff. This one kind of has an extra layer here, down there. And then all the bottom here is sealed. We originally had like drain holes right here, but since it's a prototype, we tested it with those sealed. And I'll show you on top how that worked out, but there's also an extra piece of fabric here. So when you're in shallow water,
if you run up on something.
Yep, logs, rocks, anything like that, you don't have to worry about, you know, anything piercing the front of the hull. But so we do have drain holes here, and like I said, they used to go straight through, but with this prototype, we closed the bottom ones off because we were afraid of like sticks or something getting hung in there. So we closed them off on the bottom to make it smooth. All your water runs out the back.
Oh, that's
so the water will go down in and it comes out here. So that's your drain system. Your deck still drains, but it doesn't have holes in the bottom, and it comes straight out the back in between the 3 chambers. So
it is a middle and then two sconces on the side.
Yep. So the middle is drop stitch, so it's really rigid and firm, like a stand-up paddleboard, and then the outer 2 chambers are just air-filled.
How big a boy are you, Trey? How much you think you weigh?
225.
Step on that thing again. There's 0 flex in that.
Yep. So
that's pretty amazing.
We like the seat. The seat's staying. We don't like the seat configuration. We're changing that, and we're also going to work on being able to fold this thing. And that's my biggest challenge right now, is figuring out how to split this frame in the middle and to be able to pull those 3 plugs, and within 5 minutes fold this thing in half and slide it in the bed of the pickup. That's the idea. I have a tonneau cover on my truck. I would love to be able to just pull those 3 plugs, fold it in half, slide it in the truck, put the tailgate up, and then all my gear stays in there dry out of the weather.
This thing is going to be a river machine, dude.
Yeah, we put some time in on it. I can tell you, I've hit a log at full speed with the 1103 that was less than an inch below the water line, and it slid right over top of the log. You don't have to worry about that, 5 to 8 inches of draft underneath the water that's going to hit stuff. This thing will go in less than 3 inches of water. So, and it's easy to portage. Logs that are sticking out of the water, it's easy to drag it over. It's not like a kayak where the bottom's not even and it tilts side to side. You can tip it over trying to pull it over a log. This thing's completely flat, and we pulled over some pretty big logs. There'll be more videos coming out on the little stuff about this and all the testing that we've been doing on it. So
well, I can't wait to get my hands on one too, because I think fishing in the river, this is going to be the deal, especially for motorized fishing in the river. Yep. Even paddling, I think it'll still be really good, right? Yep. I mean, it's going to paddle you real shallow draft, right?
Yep, this is my fishing vessel for next year.
I like it, man. I think you're doing some great things. But, he's more than just that, too. He does a lot of the Torqeedo motor accessories. Yeah. Got the rock guards for the 403 and the 1103 up here. Got all the different adapter plates for basically any boat you could imagine.
Yep. Hobie plates are huge, so we keep a lot of those in stock. We're running low on rugged inlines, but we're getting those ordered.
And, somebody asked me a few weeks ago about the rudder system that you had made. Yep. We had made that with the, for the Predator PDL.
Yep.
And we'd made that so whenever if you were running a motor on your boat and you had a tournament where you couldn't use the motor, you could take it off and still use the rudder. And this thing is thin, but man, is it rigid. Like it doesn't bend.
Yep. And it's aluminum, so it's lightweight. It's a simple flip of a cam lock, and you can put it in and take it out of the Torqeedo mount real easily. So that was the idea, to make removing a motor and putting the rudder on simple, because you had a lot of people that would contact us, be like, hey, I want to put a motor on it, but I don't want to lose the rudder. Well,
yeah, I think I was one of the first couple people. I was like, hey, I want this done. Yeah, I don't know how to do it.
That was pre-Hobie, because Hobie you can keep the rudder because it's underneath.
Yeah.
But with a lot of kayaks, the rudder hangs right off the back, and you can't do that.
Like Hobie and Native, and they both have the rudders that drop down from underneath, and then you got boats like the new Bonafide pedal drive, the Predator PDL, and the Wilderness systems. I know at a minimum they have the one that flips up from the top down. So if you wanted to run this type of motor system on that boat, that's something. And I'll tell you right now, I use this. That will actually turn your boat better than most stock rudders. I would put some money on that.
Yeah, I still use it. I use the one that I made for you.
Yeah, on that Predator.
Yep.
But you got more plates and then propellers and Torqeedo accessories, and none of the man's tools are for sale, but he's kind of at the same level of organization that I am most of the time.
Yeah. All
And
the
then-
hardware in the bolt bends is stainless, of course, for the marine industry.
Got full complement of Yak Power stuff and everything that you would need, Yak Attack to do rigging and stuff like that. You got all that, and you can get all that stuff too, right?
Yep.
So, and I don't do a real quick shot of the baits. So, but yeah, man, this is the guy I take my stuff to whenever I need it done here in the Mid-Atlantic region. And honestly, if you're outside of the Mid-Atlantic region and you need something built, that's the man that you need to contact, because he can build anything.
That's one of the things too that I haven't advertised a whole lot is I really enjoy doing custom installs. A lot of times we get really busy in the shop manufacturing parts and stuff, and I don't advertise the things that I should advertise. We do custom fabrication on any kayak. We can put whatever you want on it. We have things the accessories that we are a dealer of that we have here, but you can bring your accessories. We've installed all different kinds of motors, electronics. We do depth finders. We do the lights. So we from A to Z, we can do anything on a kayak, and then that's one of the things that I would like to get more into doing is the custom installations, because it actually brings more joy to me to watch someone drop a kayak off with expectations, and then when they get here to see their faces light up when it's done, because
That's normally what happens whenever I show up.
yeah. So like, this setup here with the customized handle and stuff, and this little plate for this bracket, that's all custom stuff. We keep our installations as simple as possible as far as price. If you get a motor and you want a motor installed with foot controlled steering, it's $200 flat price, any kayak plus parts. So the motor, the foot controls, all that stuff is extra, but the labor end of it is $200. People ask us all the time, hey, what will it cost to do this install? Rather than trying to say, hey, what kayak do you have? And some are a little bit more of a pain than the other, and we get more time into it. But the average kayak, it's pretty straightforward and pretty simple, and it's $200 to do a motor with foot control steering. We get into electronics, it'll be a little bit more, but we do free quotes. So if you had an idea of something you wanted to do, we can do pretty much anything you want. Just give us a call.
I know I've never been displeased with anything you've given me. So, this is my guy that I bring my stuff to whenever I need it. And, he's even got a little assistant over here.
What's going on?
It's Dylan. But, he's got all the tools. He can do everything that you want done. There's no limit to what he's capable of. That's your tour of the Innovative Sportsman shop. Look for that to come out soon. I think that's going to be a huge player here in this region at a minimum, but I think it's going to sell all over the country, and I think it's going to have, for those guys who like to fish shallow water, that's going to be a boat that is going to be phenomenal for that purpose. So, but yeah, that'll be out soon, and thanks for watching, and make sure you visit that Innovative Sportsman site if you need anything Torpedo or kayak related, because he can help you out.
That was fun. I always love visiting Trey's shop. Got my hood up because I had the windows down for the dog because, well, you'll see. Bruno loves car rides. But always love visiting Trey's shop. It's always a good atmosphere. And unfortunately, it's like I never have enough time to spend down there. I could probably spend a whole day down there BSing and never get bored. But Trey is a high quality individual. You'd be hard pressed to find a better person than that fella. It's always fun to go down there and visit. I hope that if anyone has kayak needs, that they would contact Trey, especially with that new boat. I think that new boat that he's going to be releasing at the beginning of next year, it's going to be special. It's going to be special for the type of fishing that I like to do, and honestly that a lot of people like to do, that shallow river or shallow water, I should say, either river or tidal water fishing. It's going to be perfect for that application. So I would highly encourage anyone to reach out once that boat becomes available and get in on that, because it's gonna be a pretty special product. So, but right now we're gonna stop and get gas because Pennsylvania gas is about 60 cents more expensive than Maryland gas. So we're gonna take advantage of that before we get on up the road. So I appreciate you all watching. Thank you for viewing the tour of Trey's shop. And please, like I said, please, you know, if you need anything, visit the people that support me, because that's how I pay them back. You know what I mean? That's how they get their money's worth out of me, is, you know, you patronizing their business. So thank you. I'm gonna get some gas and then we're gonna keep driving.